Hey traders, John Howell here. Let's have a look at the markets. The market's actually creating a bit of an interesting pattern in the stock market. Plus, also be looking at the mining sector as well. To a bit of an update there. Plus, also, guys, at the end of this video, I want to finish off this video, I want to share with you one trading technique that can really help you when looking for really good entry points in the markets. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, so let's get straight into it. Traders, make sure you grab access to, I'm actually giving you free access to my breakthrough trading course. There's 5 phases there, walks you through from everything from the foundations to the chart reading mastery to advanced chart reading techniques. Why you're only 7 trades away from doing really well from trading. I share with you all the details to my #1 trading system and a whole bunch of other stuff as well too. Plus also you get access to a live event that I'm running as well. So guys, very first thing in the description, click on that. Especially when you click on that and register, you'll be able to get access. You'll be able to register for my next live event that I'm running as well too. So go get access to that in the link in the description below, guys. And let me know what you think about the actual trading course, and I look forward to seeing you on my next live event as well. So let's have a look at here on the stock market. So what's happening with the stock market right now? On the S&P 500, we can see that it is continuing to create what we call it's like a bit of a flat top formation, right? And you can see here we're having like this whole rejection around the 4,150 to 4,200, and we can see here we have a bit of a resistance here, and you see how the actual bars, this actual support line back here, that's actually back in May. You can see how we actually had a lot of support around here in the May period. And let me just blow that up a bit more. And now we can see there's a lot of support. And now look what's happening right now. If we zoom right in now, and a big thing, guys, about trading is small picture, big picture, small picture. Small picture right now is what's happening right now the last week. The big picture is where is this point right now? And I'm going to get to that in just a minute, okay? So just a bit of a refresher there. In the markets, okay? So firstly, what's happening right now is we're creating like a bit of a flat top formation. If you draw like a bit of a trend line, you can see how it's having a lot of problems through there. So this is actually a bit of an interesting point right now. You can see we're just really, today it actually ran right up. We've still got like another hour left of the actual close as I'm doing this recording for you. But you can see the market actually ran right up, came back down, closed lower, and that's where we're at right now. So if we start to break below these lows through here, guys, and this is actually a bit of a situation we're in right now, because if we do start to break below, if we do start to get something like that, then there's a high probability we're going to start to make another move, another leg down in the markets. But the thing that I'm looking for, guys, to give us a bit of the confirmation of getting that, or at least the probability, is we need to see a break below this sort of 4,050 level, maybe a bit lower than that. So around that 4,075 level on the S&P. If we get a close below that, say next week or this week, then that's where it's going to start to spell a bit of dangerous for us. But if we do start to get a bit of a break to the upside, then I would not want to be long this market, not yet, okay? And the reason why is because the trend is down, and I'm going to share with you a few things here. The very big thing, guys, is that always look at the small picture, big picture, small picture, big picture. And small picture is what I just talked about there. The big picture is what? The trend, right? So what's happening right now on a short-term basis, that's it. And the big picture is the trend. And if we have a look at the big picture, what is the trend? The trend is this, right? We have down, up, down, up, down, and then up. So even if we do go up through here, notice how we actually got what? High, a lower low. This is probably, even if we do get a bit of an upward through here, it won't last. It won't last long, and then we're going to get knocked down again, and we're going to get smacked on the downside when it comes to the S&P 500. Let's go look at the Nasdaq as well too. Small picture, big picture, same sort of thing, same sort of scenario. We are actually. You can see it's actually struggling where we are right now, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why it's actually probably struggling where we are right now. And once again, traders, and again, the good thing about this is that we can look for short signals, right? It's like it's not a bad thing. It's like, oh my goodness, the market's cool. Let's buy put options, right? Go short. And so I actually love it. When you actually get access to that trading course, I share with my trading system, and I love when I get my trading system set up on the downside, because the markets go down a lot quicker, and therefore, especially when trading options, whew, man, you can pick up some really good coin from that. So this whole little sideways movement from here is that if we start to get a little break below this sort of 11,800, we're probably going to come back down and test these lows around the 11,000 again in the markets there. So that's going to be the thing through there. Also, let's go have a look at the Dow Jones, and the same sort of situation. We're creating this sort of flat sort of movement through here, and especially on the Dow Jones. And the reason why is this. As you can see here, look what happened back here. We know, but by looking at this chart, we know that this whole, you see even like recently had a lot of support around that level. You can see it rejected there. Look there, had a lot of problems all through here. See this point through here? See how we actually had a lot of rejection through there, a lot of rejection through there, and even through this point through here. So that whole area is a significant, was a support, then it became what, resistance all through here. So it actually hit resistance through here, and then when it got back above, it's actually got the support. So if we actually do not hold here and we start to get that, what does that mean? Now it's probably going to do something like that, and then away we go again, right? We're probably going to get another bit of a free fall in the market, which I do believe we're going to, because the trend is down. So again, if you're looking at the Dow Jones, and again, when you're looking at the trend, it's important to have a look at the overall flow of the markets and not just the short term. Yes, we can get these short term little divots here, all right? So we have this little high, lower high, and a lower high. So they're the little divots is what I call them. But the big thing I'm looking at is the overall waves. Where is the waves? And the waves are like this, right? As you can see here, down, we had a low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. What's happening through here? We're probably going to get something like this, and then we're going to do something like that then, right? So traders, and this is where it's actually amazing, because there's a lot of amazing opportunities that are coming around now in the markets. Let's go look at the mining sector. And I talked about the mining sector yesterday, and I talked about how that it's looking like we're getting pretty weak through here. Now we're actually getting a very strong, solid close. It's exactly what I talked about last week, traders. If you know, I was saying fake out or breakout. I'm saying this is a fake out. Don't be fooled. And now look what's happened. We've actually got a complete reversal. What is the big lessons here? It's not about me being right or wrong, because sometimes I am wrong, right? That's the nature of the beast. But what is the big lessons here? The big lessons is that if we have a big strong move down like this, if we have a big strong move down like this, and then suddenly we're getting a very weak move up, well, then we've got a very strong, we're looking at the sellers and the buying leg, the selling leg is strong, the buying leg is weak. So there's a high probability we're going to get a complete reversal, right? It's one of the big things I talk about with my private clients. Now, if you're interested in becoming a private client, just email me and I'll set up a phone call with you and we'll have a chat, and we'll see if you're a good fit for that. Just email me at howtrader@gmail.com. Now you can see here, we actually complete reversal, and now look what's happening here. If I go down to my hourly charts, now we're really starting to talk, right? Because hourly, let's actually go to the 4 hour. I'm looking at the GDXJ here. But let's for a 4 hour, we can start to see what? Now look what's happening through here, right? We're starting to get this whole closing below this level. If I take that, let's take that off the screen here. Look what's happening here. Complete false and fake. False, fake. It's a fake breakout, right? It's a fake breakout. You can see we're actually getting a strong close below that level through there as well too. But this is the big thing I really wanted to share with you, is this 4 hour chart through here. And the reason why I'm bringing this 4 hour chart, because I really wanted to share with you how this breakout is a false breakout, and is exactly what's actually, it's confirmed false breakout now. We've got a resistance here, all this resistance here, and you can see it actually broke up, came back down, and now we're actually getting a close below this level through here. So there's a massive probability, guys, right now that we're going to start to make our way back down through to here on the GDX. Now, a bit of a caveat of what I'm talking about here with the mining sector. Traders, there is a big, someone actually mentioned on my videos, is how is my short-term analysis aligned with my big long-term picture? Traders, I see massive movement in gold and the mining sector this decade. I don't know when that's going to be. We could see that big explosion on the second half of this decade, right? So I have my longer-term investing positions, which is like I'm buying and holding for this whole decade. This whole decade, it's not like a 1 or 2 year thing. It's like, no, I'm buying into 2030. Why? Because I believe especially on the second half of this decade, we're going to see another reflation. Another reflation is what we're pulling back. And what they did back in COVID, they're going to do again. And when they do it again, they're going to do it 5 times more. And we're going to see another massive spike in inflation, and it's all going to happen again. And that's when you're going to see gold probably go nuts. You know, just like gold did back in the 70s. we're going to absolutely just go Burko. So that's where, like, I'm talking about that sort of stuff. That's long term. Like, I don't know when that's going to start. That may start now. That may start next year. That may start the second. I'm not trying to time the market when I'm talking about my longer term projections with gold and the mining sector. Okay, I'm talking about my long term sort of projections there. But my short-term analysis, my short-term trading is like, hey, traders, we could get a drop here for the next few days, and exactly what I've been talking about here in the markets there. Maybe having out through to the GDX and the same sort of thing, guys. This is not looking good. So just be smart. Don't be trading with your ego. I talked about this here. Fake out or breakout, and you can see it's actually a fake out, and now we're actually rolling over, and we're getting ready for. Looks like we're trying to get ready for another big, a bit of a drop in the market. So just be smart about that. SIL, same sort of thing here. Look at this here. It actually gapped up, and now we're actually rolling over. So it is failing through here right now, and the same for the SIL as well too. Looking at gold, and gold actually is starting to roll over as well too. It's something I've been talking about, guys, once again, that we completely failed at this level through here. We're actually getting a very sort of weak movement up, and it's exactly what I've been, something I've been noticing is that we've got a strong move down, and now we're getting a very weak move, a very weak leg to the upside, right? This here is like, see how vertical that is, and we're actually getting some strong moves, and then you get if you look at the angle, right? The angle is what? See the angle, see that's very steep, right? Very steep up. It's actually very almost vertical, and this here is more like slow. That's strong up. Look, boom, 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 right? If you look at the bars are probably like something like this. See how it's a very sort of vertical. That's a strong move. But if they do something like this, notice how the angle is like that. See how it's a bit more flatter. That means it's slow. That's actually it's actually sort of weak. This is advanced stuff in the trading course in section number, I think it's number 3. I actually talk a lot about the advanced chart reading stuff that I use, so you'll love that. Anyway, so we're getting this very big pullback through here right now, and we're getting ready, and to me, we're getting ready for more downside to come. And same for silver as well too. Silver is actually holding through here, so once again with silver, it's just not looking good for silver as well too, right? We're not looking good at all for silver, and we're probably going to start to break out here soon and go for another big drop in silver as well too. And so that's what I'm seeing through there. Now, traders, just to finish off through now, one thing I want to share with you when looking at the markets is I want you to bring up a bit of a longer term moving average, okay? Take everything up the screen, bring up just one moving average, and I want you to, when looking at the moving average, I want you to bring up a longer term one. So I'm looking at the daily charts and bring up a 52 moving average. And what you'll notice about just one simple moving average is that you'll notice that what happens within these markets is that these markets get these oversold, overbought levels. Now, I used to use RSI and stochastics and MACDs and Kelso channels and Bollinger Bands and all that sort of stuff to find the overbought, oversold levels. But sometimes the market can stay overbought for a long time, and it can stay oversold for a long time, right? Even when the market's not really at that point. So when you'll notice that the market gets only certain distance away on the upside or even on the downside before what? Before we get a retracement back to it. See how we got to reach here? We got a retracement back to it and then down. Retracement back to it and then down. Retracement back to it. And look what's happening here. Notice how we actually, when we get a strong moving average and we get too far away, we get a pullback to the 52 and then we get a drop down, right? And then look what happens. It starts to flatten out. There is no trend and so on and so forth. So that's the same thing through here. What's happening right now? We got too far away. We're getting a pullback to the 52. Look at here. The 52 is strongly trending down. So this is actually, that's the reason why, 2 reasons why I'm saying that we're probably going to, this is a high probability we're going to roll over and start to make a move on the downside. One is because we're in a downward trend. But the most important part is what I'm looking at here is we've got this sort of action through here, right? See, strong move down, weak pullback, strong move down, weak pullback, strong move down. Look at this here. Strong move down, weak pullback, strong move down. That's scenario. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is look at the moving average. The moving average is strong trending down. That's like a momentum, right? And if you're trying to go against that momentum, you may be right 1 or 2 times out of 10, right? But the 8 or 9 times out of 10, you're going to get crushed, right? Because you're trying to pick a bottom. Why not flip it on its head and every now and then jump on that, right? So you can see here the moving average is trending down. So that's a bit of a trading technique for you guys that I want you to see. And just be careful when it comes to even just looking at silver right now. As you can see, movement down. We do have these low points through here and these low points and this low point. We have now made a lower low. It's probably going to make a lower high, and we're probably going to see something like that through there. But again, guys, If you're looking for long-term investments, again, guys, silver, mining stocks, gold, I see massive upside coming, but that may not happen to the second half of this decade, right? Long-term investing. Short-term stuff, hey, there's also really good some shorting opportunities as well.